Okay, here we go. We are live for the Chicago Bears and New Orleans Saints. The first NFC wildcard game. I'm just going to chill here and talk with anyone that is going to come in and enjoy some Bears getting their butts kicked by the New Orleans Saints. As a Packer fan, that will very, very much give me so much joy.
You're right, he's got to move around and do whatever. And the emotional edge to me, New Orleans, everybody is, hey, you're going to win this team. It's hard to get up for a team that you think you're better than. And the Bears, they have that emotional edge.
Yeah, I know that, but I also know that the New Orleans Saints have been listening all week long about how they've lost or get knocked out of the playoffs the last 3 years. Now, Drew Brees, this is his 20th year. He's 8-8 in the playoffs, so this is his 17th playoff game. Back-to-back home games as the starting quarterback for the New Orleans Saints. He's only had one NFC championship game.
Once things start happening, I'll start talking, and once people start coming in, then I will start greeting. I don't think anyone will join.
Reestablishing his career like Ryan Tannehill's in the middle of doing right now for the Tennessee Titans. This is what Drew Brees did with the New Orleans Saints and Sean Payton.
Yeah, and they could be reaching their crescendo. I mean, you think about the fact that he had a 4-game break in the middle of the season at his age, and all of a sudden he comes back, he's playing his best football. Oh, yeah.
Okay, first person in. Awesome. Welcome to this live stream here between the Chicago Bears and the New Orleans Saints. This will surely be a really good one. I expect a little bit of a closer game than maybe a lot of people are thinking, although I did take New Orleans pretty big in this game. I forgot the score. I think it was like 31-14 or something like that, 31-17, with New Orleans breaking out late in the fourth quarter, where the Bears have kept it close throughout most of the game. That's what I kind of think. That's what the Bears are going to do. They're going to come in here with an underdog mentality, and they are really, really going to give the Saints a good fight today. However, being a big Packers fan, I'm hoping for a big New Orleans victory, as the Chicago Bears are the Chicago Bears. They still suck, and that is how it goes.
Tonight on CBS or stream anytime. Who could have seen this coming? Everyone.
So,
Injured? Call Stockman Law.
I'm not really going to talk too much here. And when the game starts, I'll probably do my play-by-play and all that. Right now, I'm just going to kind of just make sure that I get enough in here to be able to talk about some things about the pregame startup and what the Chicago Bears can do to be able to come away with this victory as an underdog, and the New Orleans Saints coming with this victory as the heavily home favorites here for this game. As for Chicago, I really think that they can really start out the game with on the ground game with David Montgomery, and then slowly work in Mitchell Trubisky in the pass game. I know it's going to be a tall task for that Bears offense to be able to work against a very, very good and underrated Saints defense. They stop in points allowed. Okay, nobody in here. I guess I'll just stop talking, and then I expect people to trickle out as they don't want to see me, which I understand. Hopefully people can hear the audio of the game. So simple as that. I really think the Chicago Bears, they can get something going on offense. It's going to be a tall task with that tough Saints defense. They are fourth in points scored, and I think that they are fourth in points allowed, and fifth in points allowed, and I think they're also fourth in yards allowed too. The Saints have a very, very underrated defense, and I think they're being very underestimated going into the playoffs. A lot of people want to go back to and point the recent playoff failures, in which I think the Saints teams just weren't that good, and this season certainly has been a much more complete team than in years past. I know it's been so more about Drew Brees and the Saints offense, the Chicago Bears are no slouches on defense, too. They are pretty good. I'm not sure where they are with points scored. I think they're about the same with the Packers, which I think they are maybe 12th. And they are 11th in total defense yards allowed. And again, got people trickling out to nobody really watching. And now I'll shut up again. And I need to get up for just a sec. Maybe people will start joining in once the game starts, and others to still leave you shaking your head. But that's what this time of year is all about. Meanwhile, I think I'm gonna look up to see where the Saints are ranked on defense and where the Chicago Bears are on defense, just to get a little bit of tidbits in here, so that way people are aware that defenses matter too. It's the NFL playoffs.
Down to New Orleans. It's the last team in, the Chicago Bears, against the 4 consecutive year NFC South champion New Orleans Saints. Hello, friends. Jim Nance, Tony Romo's in Dallas.
Hello, friends. Jim Nance, along with Tony Romo.
And Jay Feely.
One of Jim Nance's specialties as a play-by-play man.
TurboTax Live. If the Saints win, they'll be hosting Tampa Bay next week. That would send then the Rams to Green Bay. A Chicago victory would put the Bears and Green Bay up for battle for the 3rd time this season. Tony, and it's all the talk down here, Drew Brees trying to make one more run for another title.
Well, it's why you keep playing. I mean,
all right, Jim Nance and Tony Romo doing this game for CBS. This game is also streamed on Nickelodeon, I believe. I don't think I want to go there. I like to be able to hear Nance and Romo. These two guys are legends, especially Tony. I got a lot of good to say about Tony Romo as a color commentator. He's one of the greatest ever to do it. I'm putting him up there with Madden.
They would end up 5 games back in the end as second place to the Green Bay Packers because they had the 6-game skid in the middle of the year, and then they rallied. They rallied with a 3-game win streak. They could have taken care of business with a win last week, but they got in anyway because Arizona's lost to the Rams. And the story for them, this emergence late in the year, it's Mitchell Trubisky, Tony.
With about 2 of us in here, give this video a thumbs up for this stream here. And if you are a fan of the Packers, you are definitely hoping for probably a New Orleans win. I really don't know. I would have to say that it's kind of 50-50 for me. I'm fine with whoever wins this game. If the Chicago Bears win, that's fine. We'll take on the Bears for one more game, and then before we have to face the Rams or the Bucks. If the Saints take this game, fine, we'll take the Rams and we'll get them at Lambeau, and that'll be a very fun contest.
No one outpizzas the hot. All right, who can break this down for me?
Ooh, Coach Saban. I crushed out to the mailbox, and there it was. A medical bill for $1,200. I had no idea I'd have to pay that.
That's right. It's hard to know exactly what your health insurance is going to cover, so you got to protect your blind side. Aflac pays you money directly to help with expenses, health insurance.
Okay, the Saints are actually pretty good when it comes to the total defense. They are 4th in yards allowed, and the Chicago Bears are 11th in yards allowed, so I was a little bit off. These are total yards, and now I'm going to go to points scored, which I think the New Orleans Saints are 5th, if I'm not very much mistaken, and the Chicago Bears are 14th.
CBS Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
So the New Orleans Saints, they have the better defense, and I pointed this out in a video of when I made the predictions that the New Orleans Saints defense is a better defense than the Chicago Bears at all major statistical categories, including takeaways. And this is something that the New Orleans Saints, I think, do pretty well as a defense, which is help take away the football and give their ball back to the offense. And that is something that has been very instrumental in each of the playoff games, is getting some turnovers, and that leads to points scored for your team's offenses, and that certainly was evident in the earlier game, the Tennessee Titans and the Baltimore Ravens, in which the Ravens are able to get a late turnover to help seal the win for them.
They won't have their stud linebacker Roquan Smith or their speedy receiver Darnell Mooney. They hope for good news in pregame warm-ups when they were working out Jalen Johnson. He's inactive as well, so he won't play. Jim, if they're going to pull this upset, the Bears are going to need big contributions from their backups.
Yeah, that defense, that's going to be a big story. It's just not
much really to really speak of to the one person that is in here watching the stream here, is that I've been going through team defenses and how they might be able to play a factor in this game of the New Orleans Saints being the better defense of the two. And here's the kickoff. Here we go for the game. This one is going to be a touchback here for the Saints as we start this one off. They're going to have Drew Brees and company come out and start for this squad. Keep in mind, everybody, my stream in general is going to be a few seconds late. I know that's going to be off, and then the actual live stream here through StreamYard is going to be late. So I think you guys are going to know before I do. Drew Brees back to throw. He completes this one to Thomas on a dig.
Well, these two teams played earlier in the year, and the Saints do a great job of formations to basically get the matchups, almost like basketball. Let's get our best players on your players that are not playing today, right? So you got Kamara here, and you're going to find Michael Thomas. They're going to try and put them in situations to attack.
And Andrew back to pass on 2nd and 5, and misfires for his tight end there.
Trying to get it over to Troutman.
Adam Trotman, and now it's 3rd and 5.
So the Saints offense, yeah, it has been a season where they've gotten so many different players in game action in big spots, and now they're about as healthy as they've been, and it's postseason time. Armstead, Pete, McCoy.
I think what the Saints can do dialed up here is get this one out into the flat to maybe complete a short pass here. I know that the Saints can do some things here. It looks like Chicago might be sending a blitz here, and they do. It's complete over the middle on a slant to, I believe, Michael Thomas for a first down. Slant works too. I was kind of thinking they might go to the flat on this one.
And this team, Drew Brees, if you're going to go ahead, they're going to have to play zone because they're down their second.
Come to think of it, I think the slant route would be very, very good to go to. This is what the Packers did to the Bears last week, which they got them on some slants.
Brees and Thomas connected only 9 passes in the regular season. They got 2.
And we got Alvin Kamara going up to the right and getting about 9.
Chuck Pagano's defense with the Bears against the Saints back on November the 1st. That's the game you referenced, Tony. That went to overtime with the Saints winning at Soldier Field. They allowed New Orleans only 2 out of 13 on 3rd down. In fact, 2 early pickups by the Saints.
With people slowly coming in, trickling out. I'm not going to talk until somebody comes in.
2nd and 2.
Okay, well, I'll just do commentary here where Drew Brees throw this one into flat to Deontay Harris. That only goes for about 1.
Has the catch. He too just back. It's a screen play out to the wide receiver Harris there.
The blocking wasn't that great there, but it was a good tackle by Kendall Vildor of the Bears.
That's a guy that I know New Orleans is going to try and target today. Whenever you have a backup in, they're going to try and make these players be the focal point of the play. In other words, throw it where these guys have to be the focal point to stop the play from happening in a good way. It's third
And on 3rd and 1, handoff goes to Taysom Hill. He was going to get the first down easily.
Taysom Hill, the backup quarterback, the wide receiver, the running back, a little bit of everything, able to power ahead for a first down.
And that's going to be another point.
That was a game of Ford right there on 3rd and 1.
Taysom Hill played throughout the season, for a stretch. And before then, he was just the running kind of quarterback when he came in, and you just play cover zero wildcat. But he's played so much recently that it's like, do you play him like a quarterback or like a running back?
He got 4 starts at quarterback.
Now we got Drew back to throw, scrambling around, finds his receiver there. And we got a flag down as he completes this one to Trotman.
Mateo, the former Saint, was in on that collision.
You'll see when they put
This one probably could be a hold on the Saints
when
here.
they put Hill at quarterback, we're going to see the Bears' plan. I mean, obviously they're handing the ball off there, but right here they're discussing at the end of the play on the tackle.
Alex
Something
Simmons,
as he was going down.
the referee on this all-star crew.
There is no foul on the play. Second down.
And they canceled out the flag there. There's, I guess there was some confusion there. Nothing happened. And this one is completed
And right there, they're looking at
completed to Trotman for
he does a good job.
a short gain.
You see right there,
I think the question is on the Mingo hit.
he uses his shoulder, and they're looking to see if he brought his head to create the contact, but no, it's his shoulder.
They call it 2nd and 6 from the 40. Kamara. Mack is there after 2, along with Edwards and others. Jenkins.
Well, Jim, one thing to look for when you start going against Chicago, the first thing as a coaching staff and Drew Brees they look at is, do we want to play this game with a lot of wide receivers on the field, or do we want to make it a big game, put a lot of tight ends, people, condense it down? What's the strength or weakness of the defense? Chicago's strength is the big guys in the middle, his front 7. It's great. I think you're going to see him spread it out the entire game.
It's a 3rd and 4. Breeze has time. Now being chased. That's it.
And this one passed right here on 3rd and 4. Drew Brees throws this one incomplete with some heavy pressure in his face. And the Bears did a pretty good job on this first drive here to start out. They force a punt on the New Orleans Saints on their first drive on offense. Man, Kamara was open right there. I think maybe he was trying to go there, but the pressure was coming.
Great situation with 3rd downs, red zone, and then they had a little slip up at the end of the year, and that's why their defense hasn't quite been as good as it was. It's really situational as much as anything.
So they bypass the 56-yard field goal, and they bring out Morstead.
And here's Thomas Morstead to punt. This one is pretty deep, and it's fair caught by DeAndre Carter, and that's where the Bears will start at about the 6.
And now Trubisky's up next.
T-Mobile is upgrading its network at a record pace. We were the first to bring 5G nationwide. And now that Sprint is a part of T-Mobile, we're turning up the speed, upgrading over 1,000 towers a month with ultra-capacity 5G to bring speeds as fast as Wi-Fi to cities and towns across America. And we're adding more every week. Coverage and speed. Who says you can't have it all?
This is not just a cream. It's the first serum cream. Garnier creates new serum cream. The power of a serum, the moisture.
Right now with nobody in here, I'm just kind of lollygagging around here. I'm just looking a few things up on stats and whatnot. I don't really care right now.
Formulas that are clean and vegan.
If nobody joins in, then I'm gonna be off, and there's not really much of any sense in even there wasn't much sense in continuing a stream with nobody watching, so
Hey, Jake from State Farm. Thanks again for the Rogers rate on my insurance.
There's no Rogers rate. State Farm just has surprisingly great rates.
I won't tell anybody, okay?
When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
People are really scared out there right now. SWAT saved a lot of lives today.
I can't even say that I don't even really have a clue of how the stream is. I don't know if my voice is too loud or the stream in general is too loud or the audio to the game is too loud. I don't have a single clue.
Well, here he is under the microscope. After a bumpy start being replaced mid-season, the last 5 games in concert with
If somebody, the only person that's in here would tell me how the audio is, that would be greatly appreciated. If you could hear the game, that's kind of the gist, is to kind of have you be able to hear it while I go for my play-by-play. The first pass by Trubisky goes to Allen Robinson for a couple on that.
Tony, what are you looking for out of the Bears?
Well, I'm looking for them to actually take shots. And when I say that, I mean, they're going to run the football. They've done a great job getting under center in the last part of the year since Bill Lazor's taken over. But you see these safeties, Jim? You got to go ahead and get the quarterback out to the side and throw the ball over the top early in this game. Don't let that game in there close like they're going to want to be.
Here's a 2nd and 8, and it gives to Montgomery. Talked about his emergence, 5th in the NFL in rushing this year. And coming on so strong, let's give him the last 6 weeks. He averaged 100 yards a game rushing and a touchdown in every game. And they're in hurry-up mode as they have a 3rd and 5 from the 13.
Okay, 3rd and 5 for the Chicago Bears here. After not much to say really there. There was a swing pass, and Saints bring blitz, and this one is incomplete to Allen Robinson. Over the middle, nothing doing. The Bears have to punt.
Well, and you'll see he comes open for a second, just a hair late, got to throw the ball inside. New Orleans wants to turn this into a drop back game.
That was a little bit mistimed right there, but really good coverage downfield by the Saints to force this punt here on 4th and 5. Pat O'Donnell will punt for Chicago.
That's going to be troublesome if you're going to go against New Orleans all day like that.
Pat O'Donnell to punt it to Harris. Deontay Harris had a 42-yard punt return against the Bears in their first matchup. He's dangerous, but a little operating room this time. 49-yard punt. Breeze coming up for the 2nd time here in the opening quarter. Super wildcard weekend.
This is the new iPhone 12 Pro with 5G. And on
So with all that done, both the New Orleans Saints and the Chicago Bears have had 3-and-out drives with to start out. So far, looks like the defenses are doing a pretty good job. The coverages have been pretty good down the field, although the Saints, I would say, are doing better offensively. There was one first down, I believe, that the Saints were able to complete there. So I kind of expected this to kind of go down. Noah, thanks for joining the stream. Much appreciated. It's a really good start to the game. Very, very fun. Can you tell me who you're a fan of? And I like to say thanks again for joining the stream.
Pause jerky. We have to stop.
Dad, this is fun.
Wow, we are really out here.
You guys are going to love this.
So far, not really much of anything in terms of the offense, but the defense has been pretty good. I really thought the Saints came out with a really, really nice game plan here. They were able to get a couple of nice slants completed, some going to Michael Thomas. There was one carry by Alvin Kamara, which went for 8 or 9, I believe, and then there was the Chicago Bears sent a couple of blitzes in there, got some pressure on Breeze, and they were able to force some early throws, and then it was a really, really good start by the Bears defense, even though they have given up some yards and a first down. As the Saints defense, they're really, really good. They are 5th in points scored and 4th in yards allowed. So the Saints are doing a pretty good job with the Chicago Bears right now on this very first drive. I tend to think that the Chicago Bears should probably try to be able to get David Montgomery going in there to be able to help get something going on the offensive side, to be able to set Trubisky up for some shorter passes, to get him comfortable, just complete some, and then maybe they can take some of the shots down the field. Who knows? Maybe Allen Robinson can find his way open on Marshawn Lattimore. Now with Drew Brees here in the shotgun, starting out here on the second drive for the Saints. Back to throw. Goes on a swing pass to Deontay Harris. Harris is going to get about 8 or 9 right here on this play. Good play. He went back to the receiver screen after the first receiver screen did not work out so well. Harris only got 1 on that play, but on this one he gets 9. So that sets up a 2nd and 1 coming up.
Very difficult on teams when you go against all 3 of these guys, right? You saw right there, Drew Brees gets to the check down so fast.
All right, Noah, you think without Aaron Rodgers, our offense under Matt LaFleur will take a step back? Because Aaron does so much pre-snap reading the defense, audibles, and quick passes to Devontae. I would have to say that our offense would definitely take a step back without Aaron, given the fact that Aaron is just an amazing player, and there really just is nobody that can really match his skill set other than just a few guys like Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson. Those guys are very, very good at what they do. In terms of mobility, being able to do so much pre-snap stuff, reading the defense, audibles. I mean, these guys are veteran players, and they do their job very, very well. Jordan Love, I think over time will be able to do what Aaron has been able to do in terms of the pre-snap stuff, reading defenses, getting comfortable with the offense, absorbing the playbook, and all that stuff. And hopefully Jordan's going to have Devontae when it's all said and done. Devontae will be a free agent in 2021 after the season. So I'm hoping that we are going to have plentiful weapons for Jordan to be comfortable and throwing all the passes available. And on 2nd and 8, Drew Brees is going to throw a short one here to Taysom Hill. He's only going to get a yard on this one. Things Love may not be able to do. I mean, maybe to start, it's possible that Jordan may not be as comfortable as Aaron will, or that he is right now, because Aaron is that veteran and he has had so much time to really absorb and learn all the nook and nuances of every type of NFL offense, really. And him learning under Mike McCarthy for under 3 years has been able to really help Aaron, and then being able to transition all these years from the Mike McCarthy offense to the Matt LaFleur offense. He transitioned very well in under just 1 year. And what we've been able to see from Aaron in the second season under Matt LaFleur's offense, he has become, he's on par with the 2011 season. And with time, Jordan will be that guy, although I don't think he will be as good as Aaron. But who knows? I am very optimistic about Jordan and what he can do for our offense. Very good question, Noah. I'm glad you brought that up. All right, and we got a first down and 10 in which the Saints are in Bears territory. They're at the 22.
Well, the defensive tackle for the Bears who got jumpy first.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense number 96.
I really hope that answer was clear enough. I'll try to, I might be able to try to explain it in a more simpler term, is that Jordan to start out may not be as good. What the heck? Cesar Ruiz just slapped Akeem Hicks in the helmet. What the heck was that, man? Anyway, we got a 1st and 5 right here for New Orleans. That was an offsides by Chicago. Drew back to throw in the pocket, going to the end zone, and he's not able to find his man in the end zone. The Saints are complaining for a flag. They're not going to get it. And that'll be 2nd and 5 coming up. My suggestion here for New Orleans is, whoa, that was a grab right there. Emmanuel Sanders was definitely calling for the flag right there, but Trevis Gibson, the safety, I think he definitely grabbed him a little bit, but not enough to really call for the foul right there. Now we got 2nd and 5. Drew Brees hands this one off to Kamara, just like I suggested. He gets the 1st down. Well done. Good play right there. Good play called there by Drew or Sean, whoever called that play. Now with about 5 minutes to go in this first quarter, the Saints are driving, and they are in field goal territory as we speak. Robert Quinn, man. Was he out there playing in coverage? Yeah, I guess he was.
That's big because it's part of the plan Chicago had to prepare for, and that would eliminate a lot.
And now Drew Brees completes this one over the middle. Touchdown. This one is to Michael Thomas. Saints score. Bears still suck. Bears still suck.
It's been a long time since Michael Thomas was in
Boom.
the zone.
Boom. 6-0 New Orleans Saints.
It goes all the way back to November, actually December of 2019 in a game against Tennessee.
Okay, without Jamal Williams next year, do you think it will hurt the locker room and their energy? No, I don't think so. Without Jamal, I think that he really, really brings a lot of confidence, and he's very, very positive and a very optimistic player. I think he helps fuel the team in that way, but Jamal, the Packers can do fine without Jamal if the Packers decide to not sign him back. I really, really think that the team overall as a locker room will be just completely fine. But the absence of Jamal, I don't know. I think he really, really does help the Packers maybe be a little bit more positive because he is such a positive guy, and he really, really, I don't know. I don't think he's really like that big-time team leader. Like, he's not Aaron. He's not really Zadarius Smith. Other guys that can help lead the team and keep things positive and upbeat. They are going to be there, I believe. Jamal is just one of those guys that he's very... I just love Jamal, and I have been a very big fan of Jamal ever since he came into the league.
Do we really need a sign to live, laugh, and love? Yes. The answer is no. I can help new homeowners not become their...
I'll miss him no matter what. I definitely agree. I will miss him too. I like Jamal. He's a very, very good player. Outstanding. Very underrated, I think. He will be missed in the as a blocker in the backfield. I don't know where we're going to get as a very good pass blocking running back like Jamal. I certainly hope Aaron Jones, if he's going to be the guy that's going to be signed over Jamal, hopefully he can pick up the slack in that area. And I don't know, A.J. Dillon is a little bit unproven in the pass protection, but we know what he can do in the ground game. He can just plow through defensive fronts, and it's what he's been able to do for the Packers so far in such a short amount of time in only one game gives me some hope. And I think the Packers' running game is going to be very good under the Matt LaFleur era.
What
was it like on Capitol Hill?
All right, with about 2 of us in here, give this video a thumbs up. It would be greatly appreciated. So far, we got the New Orleans Saints up 7-0. I need to change this.
Only on 60 Minutes tonight on CBS.
Tune in February 7th for the Pepsi Super Bowl 55 halftime show featuring The Weeknd. Grab and scan your Pepsi to get closer to the action.
So far,
Experience halftime
pretty good game
like
here.
never
Saints are
before.
the favorite here in this
17 consecutive
contest
playoff games.
at the Superdome,
Has thrown
and they are up 7-0 on
Marvin Brady
a
have had longer streaks.
less than desirable Chicago Bears team who are 8-8 and are kind of lucky to be here, to be honest.
All-pro kick returner for the 4th time this year.
But the Chicago Bears, I thought, were actually pretty good coming out to start in the season. They went 5-1 before going on a big-time downhill slide when Trubisky was benched in favor of Nick Foles.
They're running the football. They're getting under center, but they're bootlegging. They're play actioning, and this is what I want to see today. Go ahead, run the ball, no, play action. But don't
Yeah, bear down.
Over, take shots downfield. Now this is a lot tougher because there's stud Mooney, who I think is an incredible draft pick in the 5th round.
What does bear down mean? As in the Bears down, or that can mean anything. All right, Trubisky going back to throw. He gets this one to Komet in the flat.
9. That is a big miss for them. Amplifying Darnell Mooney, the rookie out of Tulane, who would have loved to have had a return down here to New Orleans. And
If we want to use Dillon correctly, next year we need to feed him with at least 15 to 20 runs a game and let Jones be explosive and change of speed. I really feel like Aaron Jones is more of the bell cow type of guy where AJ can come in and really help take the load off of him. So AJ, I think, is going to be very instrumental in the run game next season. I will say that AJ is going to get a whole lot of carries next season, and he is going to be a bowling ball.
Absolutely, and he does a lot of stuff well. It's not just everyone knows the speed, especially with Bears fans, but he's got like spatial awareness. He's got the ability to get in and out of cuts quickly. Great body leverage control.
All right, Trubisky back to throw, and this one is complete to Wim. Oh, incomplete. I think he caught that. He was out of bounds right there. I don't know. He was able to beat the corner right there. I think he got that complete in bounds.
It looks complete to me.
I don't see anything incomplete there.
That's a catch. That is totally a catch.
Bring in Gene Steratore, because they can't imagine Chicago won't challenge this.
They have to, and this is what they needed. I mean, Jay Feely talked about backup stepping.
I don't know. I don't see how you can call. I don't get why you can call that one incomplete right there, you guys. That's a catch.
That the receiver had made 3 steps. If he's made 3 steps, he's now finished the catch, the football move element of this. And then the falling and surviving the ground is irrelevant. So what they're going to look at is, did he have enough time to do the football move? If he did, it's a straight catch, and they'll disregard the loss of the ball when he falls.
I do think that Mitchell is better than Nick Foles, to be honest. I would have to agree with that one.
If it's overturned,
The Chevy Silverado Trail Boss. When you have a 2-inch lift.
Yeah, they're both very average quarterbacks, I think. There's some things that Mitchell can do that Nick can't, and that is use his mobility. He can really run. He can really throw on the run. Nick Foles is more of a traditional drop back quarterback that sits more in the pocket and can make accurate throws down the field. Mitchell is more mobile.
We get to tell you how Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance.
And I think he's a little bit better than Nick, but not by that much. Nick is he's he's really looked up as a hero, and I think people overrate Nick based on the fact that the Eagles won a Super Bowl with Nick as the quarterback, when people don't take into account that the Philadelphia Eagles as a team were very good in 2017, and Nick was the backup quarterback for a reason. It's because he's very average. I really like Nick. I've watched him from afar, and I know that he is capable of being able to start a few games, but I think he's really a whole lot better coming off the bench as opposed to being an actual 16-game starting quarterback. I think he's just really a very average quarterback. Now, Mitchell Trubisky, he's got the upside to be a good starter, but he hasn't put it all together yet. But yeah, I think things are looking up for him right now. But I think the Bears might move on from Trubisky after this game. And now I would like to get to this question here. Why is this game on Nick? I don't have any clue what's good. And nice to see you in this stream. It's been a while. I guess they're just trying out a few things. Maybe Nickelodeon offered them a good package and, sponsorship. It's about getting some money there.
After review, it was a catch. It'll be first down for
And this one here is a completed catch after the review call is overturned, and I think they are correct.
It's a beautifully thrown ball by Trubisky, and here you go. Gene, this is what you're talking about. The steps. 1 with possession. 2.
Wims clearly has it. He's got the ball secured in his hands. Really nice catch and a good throw by Trubisky.
That's a perfectly thrown ball, by Trubisky, and really it was great defense by Jenkins right there. It's just one-on-one on the sideline. If you're going to throw it that way. And
props to for him to have been beating Janoris Jenkins. And here's a snap. This one's going to Trubisky, and he's going to go deep to the end zone and dropped by Wims. Whoa. That was costly right there. Yikes. That was a perfect throw dropped by Wims in the end zone. Is that Marquez Valdez-Scantling? Just kidding, you guys. I mean, he wears number 83. Anyone watching it on Nickelodeon, is it any good? I'm watching this one on CBS, so I don't know.
What a design. They gotta have that, Chicago, if you're going to beat a team like New Orleans. It wasn't a drop, it was a whiff. He really got his hands on it.
Oh, I feel like Mac is kind of overrated. I think Mac is very good. Maybe a little bit overrated. But he's a really fantastic pass rusher, and I got a lot of respect for Mac. He's really a complete player. He plays the run well and rushes the passer very well. I think the Bucs can beat the Saints. I really do. They're going to get them for a third time, and I think third time's a charm. If the Bucs play the Saints, I would have to be tempted to pick them. But the Saints are a good football team, too. And Trubisky on 3rd and 10 completes this one to Kmet over the middle. And, it's incomplete. And this one is going to be 4th and 4. I'm missing the play, guys. I don't know what happened. But, good question, Brian. I really can't say I definitively know. I'd have to see what happens in this game for the Saints to really give me a good, clear indication that they can beat the Buccaneers 3 times. I think that they can, and I know that they know Tampa very well. Division rivals know each other very well, and they match up very well with Tampa Bay. But I'm not so sure if they beat them 3 times.
I'm okay with this. I actually you got to be aggressive. This is the playoffs, and anything can happen. Back to Chicago's here. It's crazy after a 6-game losing streak, Jim, and they're still here, and that's credit to this team overcoming adversity. And
all right, we got 4th down and 4 with 2 minutes to go. I really can't say I know what happened on that play. I wasn't paying too much attention to it.
Saying, hey, on January 3rd, we're going to know at 7 o'clock exactly who we're playing in the postseason.
Now to address this here, Super Bowl prediction. I will make a video on my Super Bowl prediction in the coming weeks when I go through the divisional, when we go through the divisional and conference championships. I will make my Super Bowl prediction. But I think my favorites to make to the Super Bowl are the Chiefs, Packers, Saints, and Bucks. And then a couple of other teams that I think could make it are the Rams and the Ravens, because I really love their defenses. Basically, what are the chances Green Bay beats the Chiefs? Thanks for joining this stream, Mike. Nice to see you. And it's been a while since we've been able to talk about the Battlehawks. I think the chances of Green Bay beating the Chiefs are very good. The Packers have the offense to match up very well with the Chiefs, and the defenses of both are very good. Are good defenses, but they're not great defenses. They are not Saints or Buccaneers level defenses even, but they do have some good enough defenses to get to the Super Bowl and to win the Super Bowl, I think. I can't definitively say I know entirely for sure that their defenses are shoo-ins to help the teams win, but I know that the offenses will for definitely for sure. The Packers are first in scoring offense, fifth, I believe, in total yards. The Chiefs are up there, but they're not quite as firepowery as they were last year. I believe that the Chiefs, I think, were third last year when they won last season. And in yards allowed, they were up there too. By virtue of the Packers and the Chiefs having the top five offenses, really increases their chances. And as far as Green Bay goes, if they continue to play defense well enough in order to be able to match up with the Chiefs' speed on offense, I have to think that it's going to be very hard, but I think the Packers have a very good chance to beat Kansas City. I think it will be very hard, though, and we'll cross that bridge when we get there to start talking about the how the Packers can beat the Chiefs. I'll make videos on that. It's a very good question, though. All right, with about four of us in here, give this live stream a thumbs up if you haven't. And if anybody who is not subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing for some more videos like these. And I think if this keeps up, I think I might live stream a divisional game. Probably not the Packer game, though. I don't know. I don't really know yet. I would have to. I'd have to see what's going to go on for my schedule for next weekend.
Taysom Hill was in the tent, and he's on the field, and Breeze stands on the sideline to open up this third series. New Orleans drove it for a touchdown.
Now we got Taysom Hill at quarterback. Withdrew on the sideline. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a special type of Taysom Hill play that Sean Payton has cooked up for the Saints. Taysom is going to take this one out wide to the left, and he's going to get about 10 yards. Sorry, he got the first right there on that.
In the blue 10, I was told that he banged his knee. He did some running down here on the sidelines, but looked pretty good out there. Right there, Jim.
No problem.
Well, this is going to be, I think this is going to come up more in this game right there. Sean Payton just saw what Chicago's doing defensively. Very similar to the first time they played.
By the way, keep the questions coming up, guys. I really appreciate you guys coming through. And here we go with another pass here. This one is going to go out to the flat to the fullback, Trey Burton, for about 6 yards.
Tony, we were here the weekend before Christmas, and Breeze Brees. That marked his return after 4 weeks away with 11 fractured ribs.
Who's going to win this game? New Orleans, I believe, will win. I had them winning in my wild card predictions. The Packers don't need another Super Bowl. The Bears deserve to be in the Super Bowl. I don't think we need another one, but I would love to see it happen. The Bears. I think the Bears should go to the Super Bowl at some point. They're not really quite ready yet, but if they keep building, then I think they possibly could.
And now he's had a presence on offense too with 3 catches here in this opening quarter. Been out since November the 22nd with a neck.
I really think that the Chicago Bears, as much as I dislike them, but I do have a little bit of respect for them, what they've been able to do. And for their fans, I would be happy for them if they got to a Super Bowl. It's been a while since they've even had a chance. Back in 1985 was their last time, and I wouldn't be too angry. I'm sorry, in 2006, the last time they won, it was in 1985. In 2006, that was the last time they've been to the Super Bowl, and they lost to Peyton Manning and the Indianapolis Colts. I think the Chicago Bears, they're almost there. Give it some time.
I mean, just the reps, the number, and just the ability to do the small, little nuanced stuff. You know, that your team can feel the inflection of your voice when you're really trying to go.
All right, 3rd and 9. Drew Brees back to throw. This one is complete to Harris on an out route for a first down into Chicago Bear territory at the 40.
44 yards, tackling on the 17 right here. Well, you'll see him go up and break out here, and the speed difference. And this is, I mean, if you just keep watching, Khalil Mack is going to get chipped. Sean Payton does as good a job as anybody, and making sure your best player doesn't affect it. The game.
Really good play right there.
You know, this is a
I keep going to Harris here. And here we go with a handoff to Kamara. He's going to get stuffed there for a loss of 1.
And the quarter's going to expire. The Bears had led after the first quarter in 5 straight games, but not here in the wild card game.
Yeah, that's the thing, Mike. I'm not so sure if the Bears can win with Mitchell Trubisky. I kind of have doubts on that too. However, if the Bears have a very, very good defense to make up for their lack of quarterback, like they usually do, they can get to a Super Bowl. I mean, they went to a Super Bowl with Rex Grossman and Jim McMahon, for crying out loud. And I think that Rex Grossman is by far worse than Trubisky. And I'm going to change this to second quarter.
Hundreds on car insurance and a whole lot more. So what are you waiting for? Hip Hop Group Tag Team to help you plan dessert.
So after 1, it's New Orleans 7-0 with the Saints driving in Bear territory at the 41-yard line.
Gotta go. Switch today and see all the ways you could save.
We all have seasons in our lives where something takes us to a place where we need to ask for help. And that's what food banks are here for. I asked Dale if Walmart would partner with us, and he said absolutely.
Let's see. How much touchdowns while do you think could throw more touchdowns while the defense is blitzing? That's a pretty good question there. I don't have enough to really say what Jordan can do against the blitz. At the professional level, I haven't really seen much of how he has been against the blitz. In college, I have to see more on that, so I can't really say I know definitively how Jordan would do against the blitz. But Aaron has been tremendous against the blitz for a number of seasons in his career. But I think that I would have to go with, I think it's probably Aaron. That would be my best guess. I mean, Aaron is something spectacular, and Jordan is very unproven. How much will Mitch Trubisky make as a free agent this summer? That's a good question. Yeah, I have no clue where his asking price would be. I would have to think that he wouldn't get very much at all. I think he would be... I would be surprised if he would... I'd be surprised to see if he can get top dollars. I really think he would be more at the middling part. You get paid for the job you do. All right, Drew Brees on 2nd and 11 to start the second quarter. This one is incomplete, and is it picked off? I think it's picked right there by the Bears on a tipped ball right there. Wow. That right there is costly. You turn the ball over, that's going to come back to bite you in the playoffs. That's on a tipped ball right there to see if does he catch it. That's Duke Shelley, the corner. And I think that's a catch right there. Wow. Good play. Would he get a deal like Jameis Winston did last summer? Jameis is a backup with New Orleans. I think if Trubisky signs as a backup, I think he probably might get about the same range as Winston. I would tend to think that he might get a little bit more. That's just my guess. I have to go back and look at to see how things are on the financials with Trubisky and his contract to really get a definitive guesstimate. So with that interception by Drew Brees, the Chicago Bears are going to take over, I believe, in their own territory at the 42-yard line after a tipped pass right there. That was a really was a very big break there for Chicago. They got a good shot here to tie this up and shift the momentum over to their side here. I will give Chicago a lot of credit. They're doing pretty good on defense so far. Better than I thought going into the second quarter.
It's a cold, fast, crazy world out there.
And the Chicago Bears are here for a reason. They are here to play, and just like I thought they would.
Start the new year off with 2007
But let's face it, they're kind of lucky to be here.
This is the new Google Pixel 5 with the Titan M security chip. But to someone who doesn't mess around with security,
I don't mess around.
it's the super safe stuff secure. The 5G Google Pixels for $4.99. These are the new 5G Google Pixels with all-day battery. To someone who has things to do and places to go, it's the battery anxiety buster. The 5G Google Pixels for $4.99.
Yeah, these are some really good questions coming in.
Never run dry. A killer attitude.
You guys can feel free to ask me some more questions. I'll try to answer it to the best of my knowledge. With it going in deep into the second quarter here, this is turning out to be a tight contest. Now, here's what I think the Bears can do going forward here is try to get Montgomery involved in the run game. I think they can run it a little bit here and make Trubisky comfortable, because I think David only has 6 yards on 3 carries, and but Mitchell has completed 3 out of 5 passes for 43 yards.
What's up with you, Mom? Out of nowhere, you quit your job last month? It's complicated.
And there's a good question. Who is better, Trubisky or Cutler? My guess is I really don't know, to be honest. Jay Cutler has had a lot more time to prove himself in what he is, and he certainly was really turnover prone in his time with the Bears, and he has had some higher upside, I think, than Trubisky has. And Mitchell, in his short amount of time to really be able to truly prove himself as a quarterback, I'd have to say it's a toss-up. But I think maybe I'll go with the nudge to Jay Cutler because I think he had more time to prove himself. But I think Mitchell could be better than Jay Cutler in his career. I will say that I think Mitchell could be better in his career than Jay Cutler. I'd have to go back and look at his stats to really get a really good, definitive, clear picture. And I have to go back and look at Mitchell's stats to really get a good estimate to where I can say who's better. But I think Trubisky can be better than Cutler. And apparently they overturned the turnover there, so that was a big break for the Saints right there. As Alvin Kamara runs for 9, and it's 4th and 2, so the Saints are going to give the ball back to Chicago anyway. On comes the punt team.
You know you got a good box. Basically, the numbers are in favor, so you think you're going to get more than 2 or 3. You're probably going to get at least 5, 6, 7. And
I'm sorry, they're not going to punt. Will Lutz is coming on for the field goal. I didn't realize that they were in field goal territory here. So this is going to be a 50-yarder for Lutz. And shanked it wide right. I almost had some kind of feeling that Lutz was going to miss this.
After starting the season 19 of 20, he's now only 4 of his last 9.
That's a turnover on downs right there.
Just like an interception, Jim. And
from the right hash mark, that's not really all that great for right-footed kickers.
And that game was close. I know everybody.
You got to change. You got to change up where you got to change things up with the trajectory of your kick when you go for that. It's a little tricky sometimes, especially when the wind is there. But it's in a dome, so good job, Will Lutz. You got to make those kicks when you have the opportunity. And now we got Mitchell getting a little bit of a rush here on first down after the missed field goal. 14 minutes to go in the second, and he just throws this one incomplete with the pressure in his face. So the Saints definitely dodged a really big bullet here with a missed interception opportunity for the Bears on the defensive side, but I guess Duke Shelley just didn't come down with it, and the ball hit the ground, which resulted in the turnover on the play. And here's a handoff to Montgomery. He's going to get just 2 on this as the Saints run defense stuff it there. That shouldn't discourage the Bears from trying to be able to run it here. I really think they can get something going with Montgomery. Just keep chipping it away.
They had hard conversations after the benching. He wasn't happy. Tough 2 weeks, but then he became a great teammate.
Trivia for you guys. Who's better, Trubisky or Nick? Nick Foles.
And a lot of it's just as the season goes on, the coaches start to learn.
I already gave my opinion. I don't know who I think is better. I just want to be able to know if anybody who hasn't answered this question to know who is better. And should they even put Nick Foles in? And Mitchell Trubisky throws this one incomplete on a dig to Darnell Mooney, I believe. Whoever 17 is, I'm drawing a blank on who 17 is for the Bears.
Not a lot of time to do much. I mean, never But I still am impressed so far, right? I mean, Trubisky's actually playing, a couple of big-time throws outside the numbers on the sideline.
Mike saying Nick Foles is better than Trubisky. It's very close. And the Bears have to punt here. This one is fair caught there by Harris at the 16. That's where the Saints will start here after their turnover on downs by the missed field goal by Lutz. Who was the worst team in the NFL this season? The New York Jets. New York Jets were worse than the Jaguars, I think, in my opinion. Jacksonville has the first overall pick, but the Jets, I think, were worse. However, the Jets are somewhat decent on defense. I think I saw that they were top 10 in run defense. And I think they have a really, really good, sharp defensive line. I love what they have with Quinnen Williams and Henry Anderson, guys like that. John Franklin Myers, those guys are really, really good up front. I don't love their edge rushers at all. They need to get better up there. As for Jacksonville, the thing I really like about Jacksonville is they do have some potential to get better on the defense. They have an underrated nucleus, and it's hard to say what they can do. I have to go back and look at Jacksonville's roster to say what I think that they are, but the Jets are probably worse, and they are definitely worse in coaching.
And they started the season off.
We've got a timeout here.
And they were right back playing high level.
We've got a first down coming up here for the Saints, as
outstanding, but him and Smith together in the middle are two of the better tandem linebackers in the NFL. And this front seven has been great. But just situationally, third down, red zone, like I talked about, that's not been as good. Here's Murray.
now I got Latavius Murray on a handoff here. This one is going to go for a couple, maybe about 3 or 4.
Well, you're talking about that defense.
So 2nd and 6 coming up at the 20.
Inactive, Buster Screen out with a concussion, but the big miss is Roquan Smith. According to Matt Nagy, he was playing at Defensive Player of the Year level, and just a huge presence out with an elbow. Injured in the first quarter.
Let's see, 2nd and 6. I think the Saints can come with a try with a run again. Hand off to Kamara. And he's going to get the first down on 2nd and 6.
Get a lot of time in his first action of the season because of the absence of Smith. Yeah, you are.
With under 12 minutes to go, 1st and 10 for the Saints.
Now watch, if you look defensively, see the 4-down line and see how it's spread out there. They played before.
I'd keep on trying to run in here if I'm New Orleans. Drew has been a little bit shaky with the passes today and nearly threw an interception. I would try to make things a little bit easier for Drew, but this time this is Taysom Hill as quarterback, and I think that's picked off right there after the ball was tipped, and I think it's picked by John Jenkins, the nose tackle. Now there's a pick right there, but this time it's Taysom Hill and not Drew Brees. That pressure kind of really came in, and that is what can help force turnovers, is a whole ton of pressure. They came in, sent the blitz, forced the ball out of Taysom's hand, and maybe it's more like a fumble. I don't know. It could be a sack fumble, but I think it's going to be called an interception. That is costly for the Saints right there. Yep, that's a pick right there by Jenkins. Now the Bears are deep into Saints territory. They hand this one off to Montgomery. He's going to get to the 20 for 4 yards. Really big costly turnover here by the Saints now. This is what it comes down to, is forcing turnovers in the playoffs, and this gives the Chicago Bears a really good shot to tie this one up. Montgomery going up the middle gets a first down on 2nd and 6. I'm just going to answer this in the chat here. Oh, I guess I'll just answer it outright. That's a really tough one. Jordy was great in his prime, and Devontae is so amazing in his prime. I think that's a toss-up between Jordy and Devontae. It's really hard. I think I might have to go with I'd have to go back and look at how Jordy did in his prime. I don't want to live too much in the moment with what Devontae's been able to do. But what those two have been able to do for the Packer offense has been amazing. It's a toss-up to me.
You're exactly right. And they should be high. I'm telling you,
Randall in his prime, he was something different. He is a different type of receiver. He's a quick twitch slot receiver as opposed to what Devontae and Jordy brought to the table in terms of their size and what they've been able to do outside. All right, we got wings in motion on 2nd and 6. He's going to go with a quick pass to his tight end Komet, and they're not fooled there. Jenkins tackles him for no gain.
This is the veteran stuff. Look at this. This is the guy who makes the tackle. He's going to go ahead and feel all this run over here, right? But watch Jenkins. He's going to say, no, I trust my rules.
That was a pretty good try for the play right there. The Saints were there. They were not fooled by the play fake, and we got flags down here.
As those two were walking back,
probably taunting is probably my guess, because there's a little bit of jawing.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense number 85.
Yep, this one's on Chicago, apparently.
Third down, that's number 85.
That's Cole Komet and
Mitch making an appeal that, wait a minute, it was Jenkins who was talking, it wasn't me. And I actually like, watch it here, 85, you'll see him right here.
check this out. If you can see it, Aaron Rodgers MVP.
They thought he was throwing it at Jenkins, right? If he's throwing it to the ref, it's no big deal. But when you throw it at the other player, they're going to call it. And that was kind of like...
Okay, with nobody in here, I don't know. Where did everybody go? I guess on 3rd and 20 here, I'll just do this play-by-play here, see what the Saints can do. Mitchell Trubisky to throw. This one's complete over the middle to Anthony Miller. He's going to be well short of the first down. And decision time, I think they're going to go for the field goal here to make this a 7-3 game. To get the first points out on the board for the Bears. In comes Cairo Santos. Hopefully they make this field goal.
Franchise record with that streak of 27 consecutive makes. Just a 31-yard attempt, whistles first.
Santos makes the field goal, but there's a flag down.
And they'll have to try it from 36. Going against the Bears.
This will probably be a false start, and this one's going back 5 yards.
Offense number 74, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
So the Bears will get another chance for this field goal. Only it's going to be a 36-yarder coming up after a...
for several years. It's appeared to be remedied.
The Bears, I gotta say, they're going to get some points off turnovers, so this is a very good drive for them. It comes away with points. They sure would have liked to have had 7 on this, but it didn't go through, as the Saints defense did a pretty good job here holding the Bears to just 3 points here if they make this. And it's good. Just got it in the left upright by Cairo Santos of the Chicago Bears.
We're taking trucks to places they've never been before, so they can be trusted like never before. By setting a new standard of quality.
And that is how we're going to get it to heading towards the end of the second quarter with a 7-3 lead by the home team, New Orleans Saints. I think with this commercial break and nobody in here, I think I'm going to get up for a minute.
When you drive this today, you
delivery. Let's see what you got up here.
Got it. Now get ready. This Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade is packed with lemonade flavor.
Honestly, it has more flavor than my grandma's lemonade.
Oh no.
New Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Allstate. You've never been in better hands. Ram Trucks, Motor Trend's Truck of the Year for the third year in a row. And by new Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade. Enjoy responsibly.
Okay,
Well, we're back after that
I'm back.
fumble recovery now. They've ruled it
And if
was
nobody
not
joins the stream and consistently stays, I will probably go off this and call it a stream probably for the first half, and I don't know.
7-3 game. The Bears coming in as the biggest underdog on Super Wild Card Weekend. That'll be a touchback.
This one's a touchback for the Bears, and
Consider the league's most prestigious honor
for 8 minutes to go in this second quarter here, Drew Brees and the offense will be back on the field after the turnover by interception by Taysom Hill. After the Bears sent pressure on the blitz.
Demario Davis. This year's winner will be announced at NFL Honors Saturday, February 6th, the night before Super Bowl 55.
Here's what I think the Saints could do here on the offense is get back to the ground game, try to keep on running it with Kamara, and then get Drew comfortable where he can complete some throws, some easy throws here. But the Saints are going to go 4 wides here. And he's going to throw it down the field, and this one is complete pretty easily to Jared Cook for 7 yards.
Both of these players, Jimmy's foundation, the Jimmy Graham Foundation, focuses on giving back to those who serve in the military. And Demario's Devoted Dreamers Foundation was created to equip the next generation of leaders with the tools to be successful spiritually, mentally, and physically. Well done.
2nd and 3.
2nd and 3.
This should be pretty easy. We're going to go 4 wides again with Kamara, and looks like Robert Quinn went outside here.
As Quinn jumped across, approaching Armstead.
Neutral zone infraction, defense number 94. That 5-yard penalty results in a first down for New Orleans.
You saw New Orleans try and hurry up and get on the ball. The play before this, if you look, see the tight guys, Jim? 3 guys. This is when they're going to go 5-1, we call it. 5 guys on the line of scrimmage and just 1 linebacker behind. When they see this, New Orleans, that's a run type of defense. And they spread them out and they want to keep them on there. That's why they're going to try and stay on the ball. If they get them in that, I think they're going to try and stay on the ball and throw it every down.
All right, we got 5 wides with Kamara lined up as a receiver in the slot. Drew back to throw here and almost complete this one, but it was knocked away by Vildor of the Bears.
Thomas was the target, and again, Gibson having a very active half.
Trevis Gibson, my bad. Trevis Gibson, the safety.
Zone cover, spot dropping. Look at that's actually going to be covered on most teams. But Brees is already in his motion. Ball gets out before the guy's even his break. Another zone, drop 8 guys. Well, there's still a spot somewhere that Brees can put it quickly, and Thomas will find it. It's hard because you don't have all your players, so it's like you want to play man. No, you can play zone, but hit him at the line of scrimmage if you're Chicago.
Here's a 2nd and 10. And to get to Harris, and that's blown up. Mario Edwards and Mack.
Good play by the Bears defense there. They were able to sniff out the short pass play, or the short, or the outside run by Kamara, and stopped there by Mario Edwards Jr. with Khalil Mack in the coming up.
Your hand in the ground, you can't see everything, so you're taking off, and you could be late, or you might not even know that guy's the ball.
Drew Brees back to throw. He's got some pressure and just throws this one in the dirt. Closest player was Kamara, and now the Saints are going to punt here with the Bears coming up pretty well here on defense.
On top of the receivers at the line of scrimmage, they get their hands on them. That way, if any pressure comes, you can't just get the ball out quickly to somebody fast. Good design play by Chicago there.
Nobody shows up and stays. I'm going to end this stream at the end of the half, and then I don't know. I will just be done with it.
And Carter makes the fair catch at the 20, 45-yard boot. Trubisky coming back out, now 7-3.
Wasn't me, baby. No, it wasn't me, baby. Me, baby, wasn't me. Must have been some other body, baby, wasn't me.
Free 2-hour grocery delivery, included with Prime.
Get your taxes done with or without the office visit. Drop in, drop off. Send us a pic of your docs, and a tax pro will do the work. Or file online and get help if you need it. No matter how you choose to file, Block has your back.
When winter hits, you have to fight back. That's why truck guys know the best defense is WeatherTech. Laser-measured floor liners protect the carpet. The underseat storage system keeps tools organized. TechLiner protects the bed. Bump Snap guards the bumper from minor damage. And Cup Phone secures your phone. Don't let winter win. Go to WeatherTech.com and order today.
If you printed out directions to get here today, you're in the right place. My seminars are a great tool to help young homeowners who are dreaming of their parents. Now remember, they're not programs, they're TV shows. You woke up early, no one cares. Yes.
So I was using something called Home Quote Explorer from Progressive to easily compare home insurance rates. Was I hashtagging?
Progressive can't help you from becoming your parents, but we can help you compare rates on home insurance with Home Quote Explorer.
Guess what? The waiter doesn't need to know your name.
I'll give you 2.5 for my 10-piece chicken McNuggets for a quarter of your quarter pound of cheese. But judging by weight, mine's worth at least 4 chicken McNuggets. From a cost standpoint, they're of equal value. But I'm older.
Get it at McDonald's when you get 2 of your faves for just $6.
The long-awaited Masters has a long-awaited champion.
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters. April on CBS.
To our worried friends and allies across the globe, America knows we have a problem and are seeking treatment soon.
We're back here in New Orleans. Tony, I'm missing you by my side, but enjoying having the connection back to Dallas. And just below us, this is being broadcast on Nickelodeon. There's Nate Ferguson, Gabrielle Nevaeh Green, and Noah Eagle, Baby Bird.
That's got to be pretty fun. I think I might check this out on Nick. I might switch it over. Trubisky back to throw here on first down. Completes this one to Anthony Miller. Over the middle.
Nickelodeon introducing the game to the younger generation, younger set. Here's what it looks like on the touchdown. You score a touchdown, and man,
whoa.
I mean, everybody gets slime.
That's pretty cool.
You got to change your uniform.
Got some virtual slime when you get in the end zone. That's pretty neat. This is going to be the future of broadcasting in the NFL. This one's handed off to Montgomery. He's only going to get a couple on first down, 2nd and 9 coming up. Alex Anzalone on the play.
Trey Hendrickson today, Tony, and he has emerged as a big part of this defense, leading them in sacks this year.
I don't know.
13 and a half inactive.
If nobody comes in here for the remainder of the second quarter, I'm just going to call this just the first half and I'll just end the stream here because there's just nothing going on.
Really strong in the front four, in the middle, on the back end.
It was fun while it lasted.
A game like this, it's going to take some of the big plays and some of the other stuff, special teams.
Now we got Trubisky on 2nd and 9, throwing this one on the flat to Robinson for just a couple. The Saints were there already, and
just the second time he's been targeted, and the catch goes only for a few yards. Robinson with a 100-catch year.
This was a tackle by Janoris Jenkins. Trubisky going back to throw again here. Is this a fumble? For a touchdown by Malcolm Jenkins. I think he might have dropped it though.
What a tackle by P.J. Williams, and the ball lands right in the arms of Malcolm Jenkins, and the Saints defense puts up a score.
That's a fumble. Montgomery totally did fumble. He had it in his hands, and then very good play by Marcus Williams there. Oh, he's got it in his hands. Jars it loose, and it's picked up by Malcolm Jenkins. That's a touchdown for the Saints. Wow. That's a really nice break there. That's a nice break there for the Saints right there, and a bad one for Chicago.
I feel like the third element of the catch, which is the football move, or that time element, Jim, just isn't there. And I do like the ruling of incomplete in real time on that play. Here's the real speed.
Who knows? Maybe he might have had it. He may have only had it for just a short amount of time, which is why they may call this one incomplete. But I think this one's a catch and a fumble.
So far, that something in real time that's so bang bang appears to be stretched up, and I think this is the case on this play. The play's just too big, Tony, for Sean Payton not to challenge it, and he has thrown the challenge flag.
And you'll see.
This is a good challenge here by New Orleans. They should win this one. I think they may say that there's not enough evidence to overturn it there. That's just my guess.
Progressive Insurance.
Progressive presents At Home with Baker Mayfield.
Oh, you know what? Forgot my sunglasses.
Okay.
So we get to see this here. Montgomery has it. I think right there, loses it right there on the hit by Williams. I think he has it just long enough.
I think I'll have to curl and plugged in.
I think they need to overturn this. I'll be surprised if they don't overturn it.
You just keep saying, Gene, that there's just not enough of a football move, too much of a bang-bang play for it to be a catch and alas, a fumble. You know, Jim, that is my feeling. When we do watch these at 5 or 10% slow, it feels like, a light year of time from the possession to the turn.
On the field,
I think it's just bang-bang and
fourth down. New Orleans is charged with their second timeout.
You had it, Gene, so the Bears are spared giving up a touchdown.
That's a pretty big break there for the Bears.
Breeze ready to pounce on the opportunity to put up.
Either way, this gives the ball gives the ball back to the Saints anyway. So, and the punt by O'Donnell. Harris takes us for a couple on a short punt return, and now the Saints will get the ball back, and they'll start at the 23.
The NFL, with players and clubs, created inspired change to encourage unity and respect, and reduce barriers to opportunity in police-community relations, criminal justice reform, education, and economic advancement. It takes all of us to create change.
I'm not going to talk much because nobody is in here. I'll just give the quick play-by-play, and if somebody watches it up all the way to the stream and they see that my play-by-play is good, hopefully people will possibly tune in for another live stream whenever that's going to be. I don't have any single clue. I think maybe my next live stream will probably be the draft. That's going to be about it. Now we got Alvin Kamara going for maybe 3 here on this carry. So it should set up second and 7.
Game changer, obviously. I mean, the last time Kamara played against this Bears defense, I mean, they get 12 carries and 13 targets. I mean, 25 almost touches. He had 9 catches.
Not much going on here.
He was the focal point because Thomas wasn't in the game, and it was tough sledding. But just like today, tough sledding. You see a team with this kind of talent defensively, it's going to be hard.
Wow, a little bit of rush here coming from the Chicago Bears. They're doing a very good job. This forces an incompletion here to Drew, or incompletion by Drew. Now we got 3rd and 7. The guys up front are doing really well for the Bears. Keem Hicks and company coming. This is the type of Bear defense that I think that could be very, very good. Just got to keep building there, and the Chicago Bears can have a very good defense. Let's see what the Saints can do here on 3rd and 7. Pass is complete to Harris, and Harris is going to turn this one upfield for a really big gain first and a whole lot more. He took off with a burst of speed and got upfield as fast as lightning.
Bush is guarding him. Now look at that
Dang.
separation. Now when he goes backwards, watch, he's going to go backwards, hesitate. That's when you can go ahead and say his momentum's back. You can't give him that much space. And you see,
If Drew Brees and the Saints come out flat like this against Tampa Bay, I don't know what they can do here. I think Tampa Bay could shred them up.
And a loss of 1.
This one on a quick bubble screen to Emmanuel Sanders goes nowhere and lost a couple maybe.
Talking about little guys,
With under 2:30 to go, this will probably be pretty close to where I'm going to end this stream here, as nothing is going on, no one's joining, so I'm just sitting here talking to nobody.
It just can't be overstated having him and Thomas on the field at the same time.
Good rush coming up by Mack. This one is complete to Michael Thomas for about 5 or 6 here. This should make it 3rd and manageable. Now coming up on 2 minutes, and this will be
7-3 Saints. 2 minutes before the half.
There's a certain kind of person who doesn't take no for an answer. They don't walk in quietly. Greatness. They make it.
Papa John's is known for its crispy, fresh crust full of warm, fluffy pockets. And now they're known for stuffing those pockets with cheese. I love you, cheese. Get a new epic stuffed crust pizza with 1 topping for just $12. Papa John's.
Get up, get moving, and gradually reduce grays the easiest way. Just step into the shower with Control GX, the first and only shampoo that blends away a little gray with every wash for a subtle, natural look. Control GX from Just for Men.
We're taking trucks to places they've never been before, so they can be trusted like never before. By setting a new standard of quality, redefining luxury, taking safety to new heights, earning award-winning driver appeal, and by doing what's never been done before, being named Motor Trend's Truck of the Year, not once, not twice, but 3 years in a row.
okay. And now at the 2-minute warning here, at the second quarter, Saints have the ball, and they have a good chance to be able to drive down the field and be able to put this lead up a little bit more with either some type of points, whether they take a field goal or a touchdown here. Doesn't really matter what they do. I think they'll come away with some points.
Bravo is officially back.
And I don't know. I don't have much to say right now. Nobody in the stream here, so there's really nothing to say.
Want more stats? Just ask Siri, who leads the league in rushing touchdowns.
Coming out of the 2-minute warning, and the Saints will have a 3rd and 4.
I could do something really, really stupid right now. Nobody would see it. 3rd and 4, Drew Brees back to throw, and this one is incomplete, going for Michael Thomas. Really good play there by Kyle Fuller to force the incompletion, and this should be a punt situation here for New Orleans.
He's in the locker room in concussion protocol. They're evaluating him for a concussion.
That is now 3 members of their secondary that are out. Houston Carson at the moment, screen inactive, and again, Jalen Johnson has been out since week 14. They thought they might have him today with the shoulder, but game time decision. Oh, the Bears jump. That would give the Saints the first down.
Oh, this is a great job by New Orleans. Terrible Chicago if it goes on them, but who's it on?
Start. Offense number 47. 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
So they'll back up the Saints a little bit more for their punt team. Alex Anzalone goes offside.
And that's huge, obviously, Jim. We know. I mean, that's a first down or not. And this goes back to the beginning of the game right there. What a stop by Chicago, New Orleans. We showed you how good New
Let's
Orleans
just
is
get this over with.
Showed you how good Chicago is defensively. And Chicago disguises
Just
really well.
punt it away, Thomas Morstead, so that way the Bears can get the ball and do a little bit of something with it. So there's a fair catch to the 18-yard line of Chicago. And the Bears will start at the 18 with some time to work with and 2 timeouts. So Chicago here can do something. I would expect to go with some type of short passes here, maybe get something going, do something in the flat. Maybe you can get some to Cole Kmet.
It's a great memory, Jim, and you're exactly
Maybe go to the sideline here, get the ball to your best pass catchers here. Miller, Robinson.
Right here, you got to get the first down. That really allows you that.
And here we go it's a handoff to Montgomery. Montgomery is going to get about 5 here. And the ball pops up, but he's down.
So pick up of 6.
That's a perfect start right there. New Orleans has 1 timeout.
So this will be 2nd and 4 for the Chicago Bears coming up on this 2-minute drill here for Chicago's offense. And they can possibly answer the bell with a touchdown score to be able to make it a 3-point game for them heading into the second half.
Defensively, they're going to have to protect. You'll have 2 high safeties. Can run the ball again, screen, have a lot of options, and you keep Brees on the sideline.
Keeping Brees on the sideline, or some of these plays.
Minute 42 to go, 2nd and 5, not 2nd and 4 coming up for Chicago.
It's really impressive.
Montgomery only. The Saints took a timeout there. We guess to recharge, regroup. Now, 2nd and 5, here we go with Trubisky. Miller in motion, hands this one off again. This one is only going to get a couple here. It's Montgomery for 3, and it'll be 3rd and 2 coming up. I think I like this decision to hand this one off here by the Bears. They're they have a lot of time to work with, so they can get something set up in the pass game.
Don't get up there. Everyone says get on the ball here, but it's no. We're out of timeouts. Take this down. You start getting aggressive after. Now, if you're at the 50-yard line or somewhere.
So far, 0 for 5 on third downs here for the Bears. Let's see if they can convert their first third down on 3rd and short. Commit in motion. Trubisky in the shotgun with Montgomery. Hands this one off, and he's stuffed. I'm sorry, that's Nall, the fullback. He gets stuffed there by the tough, ferocious Saints defensive line, and they are now over 6 and have to punt on 3rd down, or punt on 4th down after getting stopped on 3rd and 2. That Saints run defense, they're no joke, and they have a really, really, really good defense in general. And holding the Bears to just 3 points to come into the second half would be very big for them. But also, got to give the Bears some credit. They've been able to do a very good job on the Saints and stopping their very good offense to just 7 points. The Bears are going to take a timeout. I thought they're out of time. They're going to take a timeout here so they can preserve some time for their offense.
Again, the Verizon halftime report is coming up.
You got just 14 seconds to work with. Not much to speak of, to say the least.
Boomer and Coach Cowher and their first half thoughts. Again, Nate Burleson on the scene here with the Nickelodeon broadcast, so he's not in the studio this week. But out comes O'Donnell to punt.
And now the Saints will get
Again, watch out for Harris. We saw him return
14 seconds to work with. Probably with a fair catch, and I don't think that the Saints should do much of anything, if anything at all here. I would just kneel it down and go into the half.
As history marks in the return game in the NFL annals, but you talk to Sean Payton, he says, I like our returner. See if he gets a chance.
Here's the punt by O'Donnell. Harris is going to take it for a couple here, but flag down. This will most likely be
There's a good chance there's
an illegal block in the back, maybe? Just making a guess.
Go after the punter. It's like it's not a big deal even if you run into him there because they got one play after that, so it's not like you're giving them something. You're going to come after, try and get a block, and create points because that's your only real chance if you're New Orleans.
Here's O'Donnell.
Ooh, could be roughing the punter here. Taysom Hill kind of coming in. That's going to be really, really, really interesting. But you got 6 seconds for the Bears, and if they retain the ball.
There are 2 fouls on the play, 1 by each team.
Okay, these will offset everything with 2 fouls on both teams. This will offset everything.
Running into the kicker, defense number 34. Those penalties offset and replay 4th down.
No, it's probably 84 actually. Patterson's the one, and what you can't do is you can't run out of bounds. So once you get out of bounds right here, you got to run right back in right away. So if you run down the sideline, they can't go block you. So that's 100%.
Let's just punt this one, kneel it down, and so that we can just end this.
He even said, when he said it, he said, what the heck?
Gotta go eat some food.
That's terrible. But it was the right call.
If I'm going to commit a penalty, at least put the right number up there. Call it on me.
He's just trying to take ownership, Jim. I mean, he's like, come on, it's on me. There's no 85 on me.
Yeah, you'd be surprised they don't.
They're going to come after him again.
Sure. Look at them all punched up. Right in the middle. Saints.
Donald to punt again.
He got rid of it.
This one will be out of bounds at about the 37. And that's it for the half, and this will be it for my live stream. Thanks for those that joined in and watched the first half with me, even though, I don't know, it was a semi-successful stream, I will say that, but I'm going to end it here at the end of the first half because nobody else is in here, so I'm just going to say goodbye to everyone, and that is it. I will catch you guys later.